What's going on, brothers? I hope you're all having a blessed and fantastic day today. Now, I've been hearing this a lot recently, and it's like I feel like a lot of people think that they don't have anything to talk about, or that they don't have any ideas, or they have nothing that people want to listen to. And I'm going to explain to you why that doesn't make any sense, right? So, if you really get down to it, right, you'll understand that the ideas are literally everywhere. You could go outside and come back with tons of ideas, right? You could roll out of your bed, look at your wall, and you could get some ideas by simply doing that. Now, the reason that I feel like people have this problem in the first place is that, one, they don't know where to actually find ideas, and two, even if they do, they aren't going at it, like viewing at it through the lens of idea generation. So let's talk about the first point first. Like, where do you find ideas? Well, there's that's literally everywhere, right? What I like to do is I like watching podcasts. I like watching YouTube videos, right? You could do that. You could read normal books. There are audio books. There are articles. You can even get ideas by doom scrolling on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, right? You could get ideas by talking to people. You can get ideas by going outside and experiencing life. You can get ideas by literally doing anything. Now, the way you do this is you're like, let's say you're watching a video, you're talking to somebody, right? Normally when that happens, they'll say something, you'll hear something, you'll experience something that causes you to start thinking. It'll spike your dopamine and like, you'll come to like some random realization about life or whatever the case may be. You might hear some really hard quote that gets you thinking about a past experience. Something will happen that'll start, what the heck am I saying? Something is going to happen that's going to cause the gears in your brain to start turning. And that right there, that is an idea. That is something you can talk about, because there's a reason that specific piece of information, there's a reason that experience, right? There's a reason that phrase caused you to think, right? There's a reason that it spiked your dopamine. And when you figure out that reason and you connect it to, that experience or that phrase, that is your idea. That is your thing you can talk about, right? Because that's unique, right? You're a unique person. You had a unique experience, a unique reason as to why that idea stood out to you, or that concept or that experience, why it stood out to you. And all you have to do is talk about that. All you have to do is speak on that. That's really what I'm doing right now, right? It's like I have some idea. I was listening to a podcast and I was like, oh, the ideas are everywhere. I'm going to go and talk about that, right? I'm making a video about ideas based on an idea that I had, right? If that, that makes sense. That makes sense. Then point two is that you don't know the lens through which to apply an idea. And that one's very simple to solve. The lens through which you apply an idea is 100% based on whatever your goal is, right? If you have a goal of making $10,000 per month and you're listening to let's say some random podcast, or you're reading a book about self-improvement, right? Something random, right? Maybe you'll come across something that's like, 80-20 rule or something like that. It's like, okay, 20% of your actions are going to give you 80% of the results. It's like, oh, okay, I'm trying to make $10,000 per month. And you read about that and you're like, oh, okay, so the 20% of the things that I do are going to yield me the 80% of the results of making, hitting $10,000 per month. That one's a bit obvious, right? But the idea is that if you have a goal, right? If you have something you're trying to achieve, a specific outcome you're trying to get to, then all of the information you receive, no matter where it comes from, you're going to be able to some way, shape, or form direct it to achieving that specific goal. And it's kind of like wearing glasses, bro. It's kind of like wearing shades. Without the goal, you're kind of just there's no filter, right? You're just receiving everything. It's like, but when you put the shades on, now you're seeing it through a specific lens, right? These shades are my goal of making $10,000 per month. So all of the information I obtain, all the books I read, all the podcasts I listen to, all the videos that I watch are going to be filtered through the lens of me making $10,000 per month, right? And that's a unique idea, right? Or let's say I take these shades off, right? I got a different pair of shades. I got some black ones, right? Now I'm putting these shades on. And now let's say the goal is just leveling up myself in general. Let's say it's what's another goal I can have? Let's say my goal now is to grow on YouTube. Right now, all of the ideas I get, all the information I read, all the books and the podcasts and the audiobooks and the YouTube videos, the articles, the doom scrolling. Oh man, that random short about some brain rot. Oh, I can use that to make a video about how brain rot is ruining your mind, bro. It's like an idea, right? Because it's through the lens, right? You change the lens. As long as you have a goal and as long as you experience life, you have ideas, bro. I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you're breathing right now, which you should be, I hope you are. If not, get that going, bro. Don't die on me now. If you're breathing, right? If you have a conscious brain, if you have experienced life, then you have ideas. To say you don't have ideas, it just doesn't make any sense, right? You just don't know how to apply them, right? You don't know how to pull them out of yourself and apply them to a specific goal. So it's not that you don't have ideas, bro. It's you either don't know how to find them or you don't know how to actually use them, how to actually make them valuable. So that's what I wanted to come on here and yap a bit about. So yeah, that's about all I got for today's video. Hope you all found some value in here. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you realize that you actually do have things to talk about. You actually do have ideas. You just gotta understand, you gotta know how to utilize and discover them. Let's lock in, bro. Peace.